Hi everyone, my name is Porrick Moyles and I'm the Associate Director with Riverdance. We hope you're enjoying the event and thank you for this opportunity. As many of you know, Riverdance has been touring the world for the past 25 years, across 6 continents, in over 50 countries, and to a live audience of over 28 million people. Riverdance are proud to consider the Gaiety Theatre Dublin our spiritual home. It gives us the opportunity to create a bespoke VIP experience for you and your clients. From premium seating, to first access into the venue, backstage passes, to meet and greets with the cast, and much, much more. Riverdance can also create a unique, entertaining experience for you and your clients, no matter where the venue might be. Now, for your entertainment, from the cast of Riverdance 25, recorded live in front of the historic Slane Castle. Ladies and gentlemen, Riverdance.
Hear my cry and my hunger in search for you. Taste my breath on the wind. See the sky as it mirrors my colors. Hints and whispers begin. I am living to nourish you, cherish you. I am pulsing the blood in your veins. Feel the magic and power of surrender to Risha. Every finger is touching, searching until your secrets come out. In the dance as it endlessly circles, I linger close to your mouth. I am willing to nourish you, cherish you. I am pulsing the blood in your veins.
Hi everyone, my name is Porrick Moyles and I'm the Associate Director with Riverdance. We hope you're enjoying the event and thank you for this opportunity. As many of you know, Riverdance has been touring the world for the past 25 years, across 6 continents, in over 50 countries, and to a live audience of over 28 million people. Riverdance are proud to consider the Gaiety Theatre Dublin our spiritual home. It gives us the opportunity to create a bespoke VIP experience for you and your clients. From premium seating, to first access into the venue, backstage passes, to meet and greets with the cast, and much, much more. Riverdance can also create a unique, entertaining experience for you and your clients, no matter where the venue might be. Now, for your entertainment, from the cast of Riverdance 25, recorded live in front of the historic Slane Castle. Ladies and gentlemen, Riverdance.
Hear my cry and my hunger in search for you. Taste my breath on the wind. See the sky as it mirrors my colors. Hints and whispers begin. I am living to nourish you, cherish you. I am pulsing the blood in your veins. Feel the magic and power of surrender to Risha. Every finger is touching, searching unto your secrets come out. In the dance as it endlessly circles, I linger close to your mouth. I am willing to nourish you, cherish you. I am pulsing
Hi everyone, my name is Porrick Moyles and I'm the Associate Director with Riverdance. We hope you're enjoying the event and thank you for this opportunity. As many of you know, Riverdance has been touring the world for the past 25 years, across 6 continents, in over 50 countries, and to a live audience of over 28 million people. Riverdance are proud to consider the Gaiety Theatre Dublin our spiritual home. It gives us the opportunity to create a bespoke VIP experience for you and your clients. From premium seating, to first access into the venue, backstage passes, to meet and greets with the cast, and much, much more. Riverdance can also create a unique, entertaining experience for you and your clients, no matter where the venue might be. Now, for your entertainment, from the cast of Riverdance 25, recorded live in front of the historic Slane Castle. Ladies and gentlemen, Riverdance.
Hear my cry and my hunger in search for you. Taste my breath on the wind. See the sky as it mirrors my colors. Hints and whispers begin. I am living to nourish you, cherish you. I am pulsing the blood in your veins. Feel the magic and power of surrender to every finger is touching, searching until your secrets come out. In the dance as it endlessly circles, I linger close to your mouth. I am willing to nourish you, cherish you. I am pulsing the blood in your veins. Feel the magic and power of surrender to
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Travel Asia and Tourism Ireland webinar. Today, we're going to have a beautiful and magical experience. We're going to discover the Wild Atlantic Way. And what can I say? We have some fantastic show for you today. Now, I can see everybody's very hungry out there to type in the chat box. So let's have a bit of fun. And let's actually start letting you to type in the chat box. So please come along and say hello, hello, type hello, hello in the chat box, okay? Yeah, lots of people tapping away in the chat box there. Great stuff, fantastic. Okay, so what have we got for you today? Well, we're going to start with a presentation from Ireland, from Tourism Ireland, from David Boyce. Following that, we have destination presenters from Ireland. We have Arran Island Ferries, Miss Anya McLaughlin. We also have the Cliffs of Moher, Miss Melanie Lennon. We have Connemara Oysters, Mr. David Keane, who will be phoning in to bring his presentation to us. Caher Connell, Stone Fort and Field School with Miss Maura Fay. And finally, we're going to have the very magical Skellig experience with Lisa O'Sullivan. Finally, there'll be a Mickey travel presentation with recommended itineraries, and then we will close with the prize quiz. And of course, we will have 3 prize quiz for €50 value in local currency. So please make sure you hang on until the end of the show. So let me just remind everybody that's joining us today in the audience, please put your questions in the Q&A box, and that's where we can answer you. We will be using the chat box for the quiz later on. I'll be holding some polling at the end of the event to get your feedback. And of course, full materials will be coming through to you after the show. So why is Mickey Travel recommending Ireland as your first choice in summer 2022? Well, as you'll see today, it's a place of spectacular scenery, experiences and culture, and it's home to an international film locations and historical legends. So we're going to see all of that today. Mickey Travel continues to let you know about the travel situation in Europe. So please make sure you click on this to see the latest information about the UK and Ireland. And if you're not receiving our Mickey Travel situation update, please let the sales know and they will make sure you're on the list. Mickey is striving to provide safe and fulfilling travel experiences with cleanliness and social distances with passenger health and safety. So of course, we are rewarded with the World Travel and Tourism Council Safe Travels. And of course, now that it looks like COVID, the situation is getting better, we believe it will be possible to travel soon. The show must go on. So I thank you very much for listening to me here. I'd now like to introduce Mr. David Boyce, who's going to be presenting for Tourism Ireland. Hi, David.
Good morning, Tim, and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. It's always a privilege to work with Mickey Travel, and indeed, here we are again this morning doing another webinar. We've been doing, this is the 3rd one we've done, and we're doing some more before the summer comes. So look, thank you again for joining. And what I'm going to do now is just very quickly go onto our main screen, and I will start our presentation. So if you just bear with me a second, we'll get there. It should be coming up now. Is it coming up? Can you see it coming up, Tim?
Not yet. It looks like it will come through though.
Yeah, it's a little bit slow, but it will get there. We have some great presenters for all of you today as well, who are going to tell you their own stories and experiences. So we will, yes, surely it must be there now. Is it up?
Yeah, it's up.
Good, right. Hang on just a second now, and we'll get to it. Come on. Start. Go. There we are. Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that we always pride ourselves on in Ireland is our very warm welcome, and indeed any past passenger or visitor survey that has ever been done one of the things that comes out of that is how friendly the Irish people are. And it is one of the things that makes our island so special. And that's something that we are very, very proud of. And it's not unique that when your visitors are traveling around Ireland, that they do encounter the locals. And indeed, as I say, the welcome will be great there. Where is Ireland positioned? We're just to the left of Great Britain, United Kingdom. And as you can see there, major gateways are very, very close to us: London, Amsterdam, Paris, etc. So it's only 1 hour flight from London to Ireland. So the proximity is very, very close to major gateways that most of your clients will be flying to first of all. So we're not that far away from your visit to Europe. Ireland has been working really hard at bringing some of our experienced brands to life. And here you can see all of them. There's Northern Ireland, of course, the hidden heartlands in the middle of Ireland, Dublin, Ireland's ancient east, which obviously is on the east of the island and in the heartlands as well. So today we are concentrating on the west of Ireland, which basically is the wild Atlantic way. And our presenters will be going in some detail to what is available and what you can see on your Mickey travel in Ireland. So what is the wild Atlantic way? Well, it's a concept, it's basically the longest defined coastal driving route in the world. And it does showcase some of the most scenic points along our Atlantic coast. The Atlantic coast is obviously westerly facing land that has developed over the years, but is subject to some of the amazing weather that comes across the Atlantic Ocean. And it is defined by that. And then here we have a picture of the Cliffs of Moher, which you'll hear more about later on today. But look, today, as we said earlier, we have some great presenters for you. First up is Anya McLaughlin from Aran Ireland Ferries. Then we have Melanie from the Cliffs of Moher, David Keane from the Connemara Oysters, and Maura Fay from Caherconlo, Stonefort and Field School. I think you'll find this very interesting with sheepdog trials, etc. And indeed, finishing up is the Skellig experience, which Lisa will tell you more about when we get there. But look, what are other points of interest along the Wild Atlantic? Well, we will hear about Sligo, you'll hear about Canmore Abbey, the Burren, Slieve League, and indeed the city of Galway, which is a very lively, important part of your trip. And personally, I really like Galway, but the whole west coast of Ireland is spectacular. And I will know that you will enjoy this morning and get a lot out of this presentation. Right, why do you choose Ireland? Well, as you will hear, our landscapes and views are excellent. We have a great living culture. Film and television scenes have played a major part in some of the awareness of Ireland around the world, and you'll hear about that as well. We have spectacular food and drink, and indeed we have soft adventure all over the country. So again, these details will be described and told to you as we progress during the day. And if there is any information, other information you need, or indeed general information on Ireland, our website is www.ireland.com, or indeed specific for trade, it is ireland.com. So that's all from me. I'm not going to take up any more time. We're over now to Anya, and she's going to give us her first presentation. So thank you very much. And please do join the chat box if there's anything that you need to know or any question you have, please put it in there. So thank you, Anya, and we'll go over to you.
So hi, everyone. Thank you so much for your time today and to Tourism Ireland and Mickey Travel for the really exciting opportunity to talk about our business, Aran Island Ferries. My name's Anya McLaughlin and I'm the Sales and Marketing Manager. Aran Island Ferries sail from Connemara in Galway to the beautiful Aran Islands year-round and seasonally to the iconic Cliffs of Moher from Galway City. So now I'm about to play a video that captures the joy and the happiness our passengers can experience as they step on board our ferries, breathe the fresh sea air, and admire the beauty and the nature of the wild Atlantic Way. Great, so I hope you enjoyed that video, and that gives you a little bit more insight into our experience, which was voted Best Irish Experience by Travel to Ireland and the Irish Travel Trade Network last December. So we're really excited about that. And we know you will be too if you ever have the opportunity to sail with us. So the Aran Islands and Cliffs of Moher are two of Ireland's most iconic attractions. And now I'm going to talk about why you should sail with Aran Island ferries when you're in Galway. But why visit Galway? So Galway has been voted Europe's most friendliest city from Condé Nast Traveller and one of the world's most charming cities by Lonely Planet. In fact, last September, Lonely Planet recommended getting our ferry from Galway to the Aran Islands as one of the 15 essential things you must do when you're in Ireland. So Galway, it's a beautiful, vibrant city, bursting with Irish traditional culture. And I love working here and having the opportunity to welcome our passengers on board every day. The Aran Island ferries sail on the biggest domestic passenger ferries in Ireland with a capacity of up to 400. Passengers can enjoy bar service and refreshments on board as they breathe the fresh sea air and admire the stunning landscape along the wild Atlantic Way. So here's a map of our two departure points from Russaville in Connemara and Galway City. The average sailing time is 45 minutes, and we have up to 4 sailings a day during the summer months. But now I'm going to talk about the Aran Islands. So as you can see on the map, there are 3 islands: Inishmore, meaning Big Island, Inishmaan, meaning Easterly Island, and Inisheer, meaning Easterly Island, and Inishmaan meaning the Middle Island. But now I'm going to focus on Inishmore today. So why would you visit the Aran Islands? The Aran Islands offer visitors a glimpse into a traditional Irish culture and a way of life that has long disappeared from most of the world. Visitors can sail back in time and explore ancient forts, crafts, and heritage that go back thousands of years. When it comes to history, the Aran Islands are like an outdoor museum. There are lots of stone forts on the islands, including Dún Aengus, pictured on the top left, which dates back to 1100 BC and is one of the most popular attractions on the island. The locals are very proud of the culture and the traditional crafts that shape them, including knitting the Aran sweater, which is pictured on the top right. These were knitted by the women of Aran many generations ago, out of necessity to keep their husbands warm as they went out to fish. Today, they can be spotted on the catwalk at world-renowned fashion shows and worn by celebrities, including Taylor Swift, pictured on the screen. This is a credit to the women of Arran for their inventiveness and creativity. And you can still see these women knitting the sweaters as you walk into craft shops on the islands. Visitors will also hear the islanders speaking the Irish language Gaelic, and musicians playing traditional music with the fiddle, banjo, and accordion in the pubs on Inishmore. Our passengers, they love to sip on a cup of coffee or a pint of Guinness with the locals and enjoy the atmosphere in the pubs. As pictured on the bottom of the screen, you can get around the island by renting a bike, hopping on a minibus tour, or a pony and trap guided tour of the island. And if you want to stay overnight, there are B&Bs, a hotel, and camping and glamping facilities on the island. So we offer competitive group and FIT rates for ferry transfer and activities on the islands, including bike hire, minibus tours, and access to the Fort Dunangus. We also sail to Inishmore and the Cliffs of Moher seasonally from Galway City. So this is a new route that launched last year and includes a 4.5-hour stopover on Inishmore before cruising along the iconic Cliffs of Moher. So onboard commentary from the crew and audio guide will teach passengers about the rich history and fascinating stories around Galway, the Aran Islands, and Cliffs of Moher, as well as some fun facts. For any Harry Potter fans listening in today, did you know that the Cliffs of Moher featured in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince? Passengers will also learn about the marine life, including the whales, the dolphins, and puffins that can be spotted along the journey. So this is both a sightseeing tour and an educational experience. So as I mentioned earlier, Aran Island Ferries was awarded Best Irish Experience 2021 by Travel to Ireland and the Irish Travel Trade Network last month. From the warm Irish welcome all passengers receive from the crew as they step on board, to the comfort and space on our luxurious vessels, and of course, experiencing two of Ireland's most iconic attractions. We are really proud to see that our passengers love the experience as much as we do, and we really hope we'll have the opportunity to welcome you on board soon. So I really appreciate your time today. Please feel free to contact Mickey Travel with any queries you may have on our experience. So here's an update from me at our ferry departure point in Russaville, Connemara. Here we are at Russaville Ferry Terminal. We sail to the beautiful Aran Islands from this stunning part of the Wild Atlantic Way. Behind me, you'll see one of our ferries, which is the biggest domestic passenger ferry in the country and has a passenger capacity of 400. We make sure all of our passengers receive a warm Irish welcome when they step on board, and we're really looking forward to welcoming you and your friends and family and making sure you have a memorable day out in the Aran Islands.
You are on mute, David.
Indeed. Anya, that was great, and thank you so much for that great presentation. I think everyone will agree that just looking at that scene this morning, I want to be there right now and get on that ferry and have a lovely day around the Aran Islands. So thank you for that. Next up is Melanie Lennon from the Cliffs of Moher, and as you heard, Anya had mentioned that as well. So Anya, go, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate the time.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Melanie Lennon. I'm the Sales and Marketing Manager for the Cliffs of Moher Experience. It's a great privilege for me to be here today. I thank Mickey Travel and Tourism Ireland for the opportunity. So I'm going to start off with a short little video. It's an extract from a longer summer video that will be launching later on this year. Thank you. So where is the Cliffs of Moher experience? The Cliffs of Moher are located on the west coast of Ireland, beside the small village of Scanner in County Clare. They run for about 14 kilometres and reach their maximum height of 214 metres. We're easily accessible from Dublin, Limerick, Galway and Shannon Airport. So why come to the Cliffs of Moher experience? We're a signature discovery point on the Wild Atlantic Way. Ireland's Wild Atlantic Way is one of the most enchanting and captivating coastal driving routes in the world. This 2,500 kilometre touring route is ideal for driving, for walking, cycling, but most of all for exploring. The Cliffs of Moher is part of the Burren and Cliffs of Moher UNESCO Global Geopark, Ireland's newest geopark since 2011. We're also one of the most Instagrammable places in the world. In 2021, Cliffs of Moher was featured on a list of top 25 most popular selfie spots in the world. Some interesting facts about the Cliffs of Moher experience. We're a special protection area for birds and wildlife. The cliffs are a breeding site for over 30,000 seabirds with special conservation interests for over 20 species, including fulmar, kittiwake, gillymount, razorbill, the ever popular puffin, and chow, all of which are on the vulnerable species list. We have been welcoming visitors since 1835. The Cliffs of Moher have been used for many films: Harry Potter, The Princess Bride, The Macintosh, a 1973 movie with Paul Newman featuring a car chase that goes over the cliff edge. The Visitor Centre, sculpted from the landscape with a dome cave at the centre of the building. This award-winning visitor centre brings to mind the Lord of the Rings and the home of its hobbit hero, Frodo Baggins. Nestled into the hillside, its unique cave-like structure accommodates a full range of facilities and attractions underground. The eco-friendly design has minimal visual impact on the surrounding landscape and is complementary to the cliff's natural beauty. The Cliffs exhibition within the Visitor Centre contains a wealth of fascinating information and displays to delight and inform visitors of all ages. Within the Visitor Centre, we have the Cliff View Cafe. It offers delicious and diverse tastes of County Clare. We support local producers in the Burren region. We also have Puffin's Nest coffee shop on the ground floor of the Visitor Centre. We have also the Craft and Gift Store within the Visitor Centre. The Craft and Gift Store offers a beautiful range of products from 80 Irish suppliers, of which 60 are local or artisan. We have a wide range of gifts from jewellery, ceramics, clothing, perfume and cosmetics, perfect for your family and friends. We are proud to support many eco-friendly, sustainable Irish companies. Outside the Visitor Centre is the Craft Workers Street, and we have 6 craft shops that offer knitwear, jewellery, music, t-shirts and lots of locally made souvenirs. After you leave the Visitor Centre, head towards O'Brien's Tower. Cornelius O'Brien built the tower in 1835. From atop the tower, visitors can view the cliffs, the Aran Islands, the Mount Turks and 12-pin mountain ranges to the north and Loop Head to the south. Talk to our friendly guides and they will happily tell you all you need to know. Walk the safe paved pathways and view the famous cliffs on Europe's western frontier and enjoy the spectacular views over sea, land and sky. The cliffs rank among the most famous natural attractions in Ireland. If you would like to learn more about the cliffs, I would ask you now to point your phone camera at my screen and download the free app and audio guide. We have plans in 2022 to have it in all languages. The audio is an essential guide for you to get the most out of your visit. The audio comprises of our staff imparting local insights, stories, fun facts that will guide you before and during your visit. The app features tips on planning your visit and also has exclusive discounts in our craft workers shops and in our Cliffview Cafe. We look forward to welcome you back. I would ask you now to enjoy this video and thank you so much for your time today. So if you could just play that, thank you, Mickey Travel.
This is not your average visitor attraction. This is not a stop on your way by or as you are passing through. This is a destination. This is Ireland's most visited natural attraction. This is the Cliffs of Moher visitor experience.
From the moment you set foot in this 14-acre special protected landscape with its 702 feet vertical cliffs and the waves crashing against the soft shale and sandstone, you'll know it was worth every mile, every kilometre to get here.
This is a place of legends and folklore. This is a place of outstanding natural beauty. This is a place of conservation and protection.
This is a place of not just a welcome, but a welcome back. This is a place of laughter. This is a place of knowledge. This is a place of relaxation.
This is a place of the Burn, the Geopark, Irish music. This is a place to taste our fabulous local food. This is a place to meet new friends. This is the best time to visit, sunrise or sunset.
This is a time to plan your next trip.
This is a safe place to visit. This is a place supporting 170 jobs.
This is a world-class visitor experience.
Melanie, thank you so much for that great presentation again. And look, if anyone does need any more information, as Melanie has mentioned there, please go on to their contact details. But of course, you can contact Mickey Travel as well, who will have all the information for you. Melanie, thanks again for that.
Thank you.
Next up, we have David Keane, who is joining us today from his phone. Little technical issue, but we're getting that sorted out. So David, if you are ready any minute now, and look, just to fill in, the reason we are doing all of these educationals at the moment, and as Tim has said earlier, you know, we believe that travel will open up again very soon. We're ready for you in Ireland. We want to make sure that you all have the most up-to-date information on the Mickey Tour in Ireland. And it's one of the reasons why we're doing this. So we're more than grateful for what is over 290 of you now joining our webinar this morning. So David, if you're ready, we can go over to you now and start your
Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, David. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is David Keane, and my job is to make your clients feel special and welcome to our oyster paradise based in Connemara, Galway. I'm going to show you a short video, and we'll follow on then with a slide presentation and another video. So bear with us. Oysters are like a wine. The wine and the grape has a relationship with the soil that the grape is grown in. It's the terroir. Oysters are exactly the same. We're lucky to be surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean and be influenced by the North Atlantic Drift. Equally, we're very lucky to be surrounded by the Connemara Mountains. In this area, there is no industry. There's no intensive agriculture. Our waters are grade A. The rivers and streams coming down from the mountains bring the nutrients and flavours that flow into the bay and fuse with the Atlantic Ocean and the nutrients that they have brought all across their journey from the Gulf of Mexico into Ballinakil Bay. Here they fuse and they give the oysters their particular flavour. The tours have become a very fascinating part of our daily lives as visitors come to see where and how oysters are grown. Over the last number of years, people have become very interested to know about their food and the source of their food. Here in Ballynakill Bay, we work with nature to produce our oysters with their very special flavour. When you come down onto the farm, you will see firsthand exactly what we do and how we work with Mother Nature to produce the perfectly formed oyster.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the short video, and as you can see, we are an oyster farm and we are based in Connemara in Ireland. We are members of Taste the Atlantic, a food trail on the Wild Atlantic Way. Our tour is all about how we grow a perfect oyster. We do demonstrations of what is happening on the farm on the day you arrive. When people visit the farm, we make them feel welcome. We cater for private tours and FITs. We also do an oyster picnic or a seafood platter and champagne for private bookings. We cater for all occasions, such as mice groups, larger group tours, and we cater for all ages, with an emphasis on people having fun. We have coach access, and of course, we have coach parking. We are members of Origin Green, the sustainability program for the food industry in Ireland. And we look forward to welcoming all our Chinese friends and showing them a good time. Our emphasis is making sure that your customers have fun and enjoy their time with us. If you have any questions, please contact Mickey Travel in your local region. And we've one more short video, and thank you for being here.
It is a working farm, so we try to include whatever's going on in the farm on the day as part of the tour. After that, it's all about seed to plate, how we grow an oyster over a 3-year period from seed to when it gets to your plate. It's interactive. We do shucking demonstrations. We allow people to shuck their own oysters. We allow them grade some oysters, can't come to an oyster farm without tasting. Well, we say to people, look, you've travelled all the way to Connemara from wherever it is you've come from, so at least try an oyster au naturel. People have a great interest in where their food is coming from. Also, they're very interested in the idea of, you know, the nature and how the whole thing is processed. People are amazed. They never knew what went into growing an oyster. And so much so that I can probably say to anyone starting the tour today that no matter what happens, the next time you served an oyster in a restaurant, you will look at it completely differently.
Well, thank you very much, David.
Thank you, David. Taste buds are going mad now for all those lovely oysters from Ireland. And just as Tim has already put in the chat box there, folks, a lot of these oysters are shipped all over the world, and indeed many will go to Southeast Asia, and indeed I have personally seen them in Hong Kong and places like that. So brilliant oysters, and well worth a visit when you're in Ireland, and indeed again part of the Mickey Tour of Ireland. Well, now we're going over to Maura Fay, who is with Cather Connell Stonefort. And I can see Maura is ready to go there, so I'll not hold you back, Maura. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my absolute pleasure to be able to present to you today. I'm calling in today from Connell Fort and sheepdog demonstrations in the heart of the Burren along the Wild Atlantic Way. And I'm the operations manager here. And I can't wait to welcome you and your visitors very soon when you're able to travel again. First of all, I will show you a short video of our sheepdogs in action and an introduction to these lovely ladies.
How many years you have been with the dogs?
Well, should I have dogs for since I was young, let's just in this 16, 17, so I probably 40 years, 50 years at it. Good dog is the most valuable animal you could have on the land. He'd do what 10 men couldn't do.
Lee here. Lee is a 6-year-old Purebred Border Collie, and she's what we would describe as a sheepdog. This little girl here then is Jess, so she's in a year and a half. She's a pup. She's actually a daughter of Lee, so Lee is the mother here. This is Lynn then with the white face. Lynn is a 4-year-old Purebred Border Collie as well. And here, good girl. Rose is our last dog then. Rose is a 2.5-year-old Purebred Border Collie as well. This one here, she's just out looking at the sheep is all she was doing.
Now, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just give you a short presentation, but firstly, I would love to thank Mickey Travel and Tourism Ireland for giving us this great opportunity today to speak to you. It really is lovely to be talking to people and hopefully welcoming you back very soon. So, as I said, we're based in the Burren along the Wild Atlantic Way. We offer sheepdog demonstrations and we also have a fort experience. So first of all, our sheepdogs. The sheepdogs are great fun and very popular with all ages, and they are very Instagrammable as well. And we actually have new Instagram points to take photos with our dogs here. Now, the skill and enthusiasm of the Border Collies, it's actually amazing to see. The dogs are very passionate about their work and how they work with the shepherds. It's a real fun experience. Now, at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, our sheep are going to start coming down from the hills. The lady sheep, called ewes, will soon start having their babies, the lambs. And then when the lambs are born, we'll be starting our demonstrations again. So hopefully we'll see you soon. Now, we also have a fort visit, ladies and gentlemen. This is a 10th century stone fort. It is one of the most important and best preserved forts in Ireland and of great archaeological importance. And we have teams on site each summer excavating, which gives us a deep understanding of our ancient past. And we've uncovered some wonderful items here. We also, ladies and gentlemen, offer a farm tour. And this is with our next expert farmer guide discussing traditional farming methods here in the Burren, because it is quite a unique and unusual region here on the west coast of Ireland. And visitors can also enjoy a small group walk along a traditional old road in the heart of the Burren. They can walk along the limestone here, surrounded by blankets of wildflowers, including many types of orchids, and learn about the geology, history, flowers and wildlife. So the whole Caherconnell experience here is one that will be remembered forever. A fantastic, beautiful location with real Irish culture, the freshest air, wide open skies, sheep, lambs, dogs, all types of wildlife, and extraordinarily beautiful flowers. It really is a slice of heaven along the Wild Atlantic Way. So we're based here, ladies and gentlemen, in the heart of the Burren. The Burren is a very special area in County Clare, covering 360 square kilometres. And as I said, Arctic, Alpine and Mediterranean plants grow here side by side due to the very unusual environment we have. And traditional farming practices remain a feature of our lives. And Ireland is very small, ladies and gentlemen, so very easy for your visitors to get around. We are 1 hour's drive only from Shannon Airport or 3 hours drive from Dublin. Now, just a picture of our site. This is an aerial view of our site, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see this is our ancient stone fort here. And the little round structure you can see to the right of it contains the remains of a Bronze Age house. And we've found items there dating from 5,000 years ago. At the top right here, we have our public car park. And behind the visitor centre, we have our VIP car park. And we'd be very, very happy to welcome your guests and offer them a warm, very warm Irish welcome. Now, at the top here, you can see 2 elevated covered areas, and this is where guests can view the sheepdog demonstrations. These take place on the classical Burren landscape, which is out here. Yeah. So visits typically last from about 90 minutes, but we can also offer personalized experiences both at the fort and on the sheepdogs, so your guests can engage with the experience on a much deeper level. Please contact me directly to discuss any requirement you might have, because we'd be very, very happy to offer you tailored experiences. All your visitor needs will be catered to on site. Our facilities include restrooms, a cafe which can serve 50 people, freshly baked treats and tasty meals. Lunch is served daily, and our private car park is right behind our visitor centre, so it's very, very easy to access. Now, slide 7 shows a little more of our sheepdogs, which, as I said, are extremely popular, and the skill of the sheepdogs and the shepherd working together is wonderful to see. The sheepdogs are extremely skillful, and their grace and obedience is wonderful, and the shepherds are equally skilled at managing and directing the dogs. And visitors get a chance to test their herding skills as well, as the shepherd will invite them to use their voice commands to herd the sheep and to hear the dogs herding the sheep. And this is a lot of fun, as you can imagine. Visitors shouldn't be afraid to try, because it is really good crack. Now, the sheepdogs here at Caherconnell are still working dogs, as well as demonstrating their skills for our visitors. And as we say here, dogs work equally well on their own or as part of a team. So you'll probably be familiar with the acronym TEAM, Together Everyone Achieves More. Well, that could be written for our sheepdogs. But clever girls that they are, they also work equally well on their own. Now, for groups, we can offer private demonstrations where they can have their own personal experience and engage with the sheepdogs and shepherd at a much deeper level. And the dogs really love selfies and are very popular on Instagram. So lots of great Instagram opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, we really can't wait to welcome you and your visitors on site. Please feel free to email me at any time with questions you might have. But for any questions on itineraries, please contact Mickey Travel directly. Thank you so much for listening. I will leave you with a short video on our sheepdogs in action once again. And it was my absolute pleasure to present to you. Have a really good evening. Thank you very much.
Now, the dog has to be trained to the voice before he's trained to the whistle. She has to sit down. She has 4 basic commands. She has to sit down, walk up, go left and go right. And each dog then will do that with the voice first, then we'll do it with the whistle, because each dog has a different sound for the voice and the whistle, or for the whistle I should say. We'll just do it and you'll see it as you go along.
Maura, that was great. And thank you so much again for the presentation.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity.
Always. And look, again, just want to be there with those lovely dogs and the sheep. Amazing. And the lambing season. When the lambs due now again?
Very shortly.
I thought that. Listen, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, David. Thanks, everybody.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we're getting to the last presentation now. So, well, certainly from our team in Ireland anyway. And I want to welcome up Lisa O'Sullivan from Skellig Experience. Now, you probably will be familiar with Skellig Michael, the island that featured, of course, in Star Wars. And I said earlier, you know, all across Ireland, we have some great film locations. So no one better. So Lisa, it's over to you. And thank you very much for coming along this morning.
Thank you, David. Good morning, everyone. Firstly, I would like to thank Mickey Travel and Tourism Ireland for this wonderful opportunity to showcase our visitor experience to all of you today. My name is Lisa O'Sullivan, and I am the Sales and Marketing Manager for the Skellig Experience Visitor Centre. I would like to begin by showing you all a brief video, which will show you the connection between Skellig Michael and Star Wars.
In Star Wars, what's so great is the places matter. They actually are really related to who the characters are. We wanted to make sure that wherever we went in this movie, you always felt that you were really there.
We needed to find somewhere completely from another time and place. Skellig Michael, an island off the Irish coast, we were just blown away by it. It certainly fed into our Star Wars universe.
We could have stood in front of green screen and had them put in whatever they want behind us, but going to Skellig Island, it's just indescribably beautiful.
It literally looks like a rock that's just come out of the sea, and then to stand at the top and look at the sea was unbelievable.
It's sort of a miracle, this place. We could not be more honored to be here and feel luckier.
So I hope you enjoyed that. So I'm just going to share my presentation with all of you now. So our visitor centre is located just off the scenic Ring of Kerry route along Ireland's Wild Atlantic Way.
Maura.
We are dedicated to the UNESCO World Heritage Site, Skellig Michael, which dates back to the 6th century. The Visitor Centre allows you to discover the incredible story of the Skellig Islands through reconstructions, exhibits, and our brief film show. The island was founded by a group of monks who ventured out into the Atlantic and inhabited the island in the hopes of finding solitude and becoming closer to God. The monks carved into the rocks with whatever tools they would have had at that time to make a stone staircase, which allowed them to climb to the top of the island where they founded the monastery. The island is known today as Skellig Vigil, which translates to Skellig Michael, named after the archangel. Our visitor centre allows all individuals the chance to experience Skellig Michael while remaining on dry land. Our exhibition is split into 4 main themes, detailing the history of the islands, how the monks survived on the island for so long, describing the story of the lighthouse keepers and their families during their time on Skellig Michael, as well as exhibiting the incredible wildlife and bird life that exists in the Atlantic. It is the perfect way to experience the Skellig Islands, especially if you are not able to partake in the boat trip. The video I played at the beginning showed the filming of Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, which was filmed on Skellig Michael. The cast returned a year later to film Episode 8, The Last Jedi on the island also. We have introduced a film display in our exhibition featuring a variety of scenes from the movies, as well as some interviews with the cast and crew of Star Wars, sharing their experience of filming on this incredible island. Fans from all over the world have travelled here to see the steps that Luke Skywalker climbed. We also have a fully licensed restaurant which overlooks the beautiful Portmeaky Harbour. We extended our restaurant this year, which now includes a large outdoor dining area, to enjoy a relaxing meal overlooking the seafront. Our Skellig Michael Sea Cruise is a 2.5-hour cruise that allows you to circle both islands by boat while remaining on the boat at all times. This allows you to get up-close views of the islands and witness the incredible bird life present on Skellig Bheag. The bird on the left is known as the puffin and spends the summer months on Skellig Michael before returning to South Africa for the winter. The Skellig Michael landing tours are a full day trip, with departing in the morning between 9:30 and 10:30 a.m. and not returning until 2:30 or 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Once you land on the island, you will have 2.5 hours to climb the stone staircase that leads to the monastery. This involves climbing 618 steps to reach the top of the island, and as there are no safety ratings, this tour is not suitable for children. When booking this tour with us, you will receive free entrance to our visitor centre and audiovisual, which you will have time to do before embarking on your tour, as this is a great way to prepare for the tour, and our team would be happy to answer any queries you may have. As this is a full day trip, we do advise bringing a packed lunch with you. Our restaurant will be open in the morning prior to tour departure, should you wish to purchase any food or drinks before your boat trip. Once you reach the top of the island, you can explore the 6 beehive huts and monastery that sits on the peak of Skellig Michael. This is where the monks would have had all of their meals, prayed, and slept during their time here. There are guides dispersed throughout the island, and they will provide further information at different points as you make your way to the top. The guides will also answer any queries you may have, and should you feel you need to return to the starting point and need assistance, they will guide you back down the steps safely. I would like to thank all of you for your time today, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation. We would be delighted to welcome your clients to our visitor centre, and should you wish to find out any further information relating to our experiences, please visit www.skelligexperience.com. I have also included my contact details, which are displayed on the current slide, so if you have any queries, please feel free to contact me. I would like to conclude this presentation with another short video that will give you a glimpse at the type of experiences we have to offer. Thank you very much again for the opportunity to present today, and thank you to everyone for listening.
Well, Lisa, thank you very much for that. And again, another iconic destination for you to visit. Look, I just want to take this opportunity to thank you all the agents who've been watching this morning, for your attention and indeed for your interest in Ireland. And again, thank you to Mickey Travel and all the team there, Tomomi and Tim, etc., for pulling this together for us this morning. A massive thank you. And if we need anything, if you guys need anything else, please let us know. And as I say, even through Mickey Travel, who would be your first port of call, and we will supply whatever information you need. And a big thank you to our presenters from Ireland, who were up early this morning. But I think it's fair to say the presentations have been enlightening and enjoyable, exciting. And I know that all of those experiences on the ground, your clients will have a fabulous time. So thank you, everyone. I just want to hand over now to Tim, and who's going to take you through some itineraries, etc., and more information about Mickey Travel. But in the meantime, thank you all very much. Tim.
Thank you very much, David. And by the way, thanks to Tourism Ireland and thanks to all the presenters for joining us today. We've had a really nice, beautiful event today, and I hope the audience has really enjoyed this part of our series. Now I'd like to come back to my presentation to share with you all some itineraries and some information that can help you when you're planning your programs for Ireland, okay? Firstly, I would like to give you all some very good news. Basically, some of the Asian nationalities can benefit from short stay visa waiver program. Now that is where you're traveling to the UK, you can then pop into Ireland and back into the UK with a UK visa. You can actually get the short stay visa waiver if you're for visiting Ireland. And for more information, click on the link that I'm sharing on the screen. I will give you the presentation later. So Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, India, and the People's Republic of China are able to have this short stay visa waiver. This will save you having to apply for 2 visas. You can actually just apply for 1 visa, the UK visa, and you can drive to Ireland. Now, for other Asian nationalities, tourist visas will still be processed at the centers in those countries. Some more interesting news. Obviously, to enter Ireland, you'll also need proof of a COVID vaccine. And wonderfully, they also accept Sinovac, Sinopharm, and other WHO regulated vaccines. So it's a very easy destination to enter compared to some others in Europe. I would say Ireland is a really very accessible destination for all of Southeast Asia, Korea, and all of our English-speaking markets. And actually, hell, when you look at the choices that you have in Europe, I would say Ireland is really a top destination to sell in 2022. So, coming back to my point earlier, most of the itineraries that we'll have with Ireland start usually in the UK, in either London or Manchester or in Scotland. And then, of course, we will then drive across, we'll take a ferry across to Ireland. So my first itinerary starts in Edinburgh, passes to Glasgow, and after Glasgow, we will drive down to the ferry across to Larne Harbour in Northern Ireland and basically come to Belfast. You've seen our program about Belfast before, so I won't explain more about that here today. So the itinerary will then go on day 4 from Belfast across to Sligo, to Letterfrack, and finish in Galway. So let's have a look at the details. After breakfast in Belfast, the tour will head west through the rugged countryside to the Atlantic coast of Sligo for lunch and orientation. We'll basically be able to see the medieval Sligo Abbey, landmarks, and also we can appreciate the town's literary heritage. From here, we're going to go south to Letterfrack to see how oysters are grown and cultivated at Connemara Oysters in the waters that have traveled across the ocean. So I know you were all drooling and hungry to test this. This is exactly how you can come and enjoy the oysters. The journey then continues south to Galway, a harbour city on Ireland's west coast. The city's harbour is 18th century Eyre Square, popular meeting spot surrounded by shops and traditional pubs that offer the live Irish folk music, so you can really enjoy dinner and overnight. So continuing onwards, we're going to pop across to Rossaveel. So the morning starts with an excursion to Rossaveel and the island of Inishmore by Aran Island Ferries. Now, for those of you that have ever watched the Irish sitcom Father Ted, which maybe some of you have in your international TV channel directory, this is where Craigie Island is. It's also home to Dun Angus, the best known of several prehistoric hill forts on the Aran Islands. So all of this spectacular scenery here with, surrounded by cliffs and beautiful, stunning views, all accessible by Aran Island Ferries. We'll return to Galway. This time we can enjoy late lunch and sightseeing. After photo shops at Galway Cathedral, the National University of Ireland, and also we can also visit the centuries-old Galway Market. And your tour here wouldn't be complete without a visit to the Instagram-friendly Latin Quarter and Spanish Arch. So there's a lot of decorative places to see also in Galway. From here, we're going to go south to the cliffs of Moher on our way to Limerick. So after a good night's rest, here we arrive at the cliffs of Moher. So the Moher cliffs are running along the coastline for over 14 kilometers, reaching a peak of 214 meters or 702 feet just north of the O'Brien's Tower. And these command huge views over the west coast of Ireland, as was explained earlier by our presenter. Continuing, we'll go down, we'll have lunch here, and then we'll head down to Limerick. This is actually a beautiful city, standing along the River Shannon. The 13th century King John's Castle is one of the city's most recognizable sites, and this is also a town founded by the Vikings in 812, and it's one of Ireland's oldest cities. It's also a student town with medieval streets, Norman strongholds, and Edwardian townhouses, so very picturesque and Instagrammable also. Continuing from here, we're going to drive down to the southwest of Ireland here. And first we're going to arrive at Killarney. And Killarney, we can have an orientation, look at the colourful Victorian era restaurants, and also basically enjoy this and then at lunch. In the afternoon, we're going to basically take a tour of the Ring of Kerry. So the Ring of Kerry is a photographer's dream. It's 169 kilometers of routes that follow the coastline and in pools and lakes around rural seaside villages and landscapes. So the Ring of Kerry, it's an afternoon sightseeing and photographic dream. We'll return to Killarney for dinner and a well-reserved rest. The following day from Killarney, we're going to go across to Valentia Island, and we'll be able to there take the cruise out to the Skellig Islands for the Skellig experience. So for those who really want a special experience, one that's inspired the writers of Star Wars to consider it as a home for The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, we'll take a full day excursion to the Skellig experience. So our coach arrives at Portmagee, Valentia Island, to board the Skellig boat tour. This will run along close to this majestic island, and you can take a lot of photos and enjoy the scenery, of course, the wildlife. For those who really adventurous and capable to do though, we can also actually take the island cruise as the island tour and walk up the steps to the very top of Skellig Michael. After this, we'll return to the mainland and the exhibition centre for lunch and a tour showing the history of the monks that built the island, shrines which have intrigued people for centuries. After this, we're going to continue 3 hours east to the city of Cork for dinner and overnight. So the tour here from Cork will go up to Dublin, and of course we've seen Dublin already before, and from Dublin we can pass back to Great Britain, taking the ferry to Holyhead, driving across to Manchester and onwards to London. So that's itinerary 1. Itinerary 2, this time we'll start in London. We'll drive the typical UK Great Britain route up to Manchester, and then we're going to take the ferry from Holyhead to Dublin. Again, in Dublin, we'll arrive and we'll do the typical sightseeing tour of Dublin, and then from here we're going to continue to the Wild Atlantic Way. So from Dublin, we're going to drive across to the Cliffs of Moher, and then we're going to pass Caherconnell and finish at Galway. So details today, we're going to arrive at the Cliffs of Moher, and we can really marvel at the spectacular scenery and enjoy the spectacular ocean views. After lunch here, we're going to then drive north. We'll reach Caherconnell, Stonefort and Field School, and then we can have a look at the medieval stone fort and known as the Burn. We'll then go on to see the farm for the sheepdog experience, to see the sheepdog in action. So all of those exciting views that we saw earlier, the videos of the sheepdog demonstrations, this is what we're going to see here. After an exciting afternoon, we're then going to move up to Galway for dinner and overnight. And from Galway, we're going to go up to Carmore Abbey, Sligo, and back to Belfast. So Carmore Abbey will be a first stop. This is in the heart of Connemara. It's an idyllic place. It's home to a Benedictine monastery in the Victorian walled gardens. The abbey was built to house nuns who fled Belgium in the First World War. From here, we'll head to Letterfrack, again, where we can enjoy the Connemara oysters and see how these are cultivated and best enjoyed. After lunch, we'll continue northeast to the Atlantic coastal town of Sligo for an orientation tour. We can take photos of the scenic countryside along the way, as you can see this spectacular view just close to Sligo. Finally, we'll enter Northern Ireland and finish the day in Belfast for dinner and overnight. So here we can see the tour will then continue back up to Larne Harbour, and we'll ferry across to Cairnryan and up to Glasgow. We can finish the day in Great Britain. So yes, I think our team will also write these itineraries in more detail, and we'll be able to share these with all of you in the audience so that you can see how these work. And of course, for any further information or recommended itineraries, please contact our sales team, and we'll definitely be able to help you. Now, at this moment, I'd actually just like to bring my polls to you so that you can enlighten me on some feedback, okay? So everybody in the audience, let me start with your feedback upon whether you'll be selling Ireland this summer in 2022. Please let me know, yes, no, or maybe. So that's good. I can see a large number of yes. Beautiful. So 2/3 of the audience say yes. The remainders are saying maybe, with a handful of no. So this is a very positive insight. Yeah, it's definitely one of those destinations that it should be on the top of your list, as it's very available and very ready for our groups. So my next question to you will be preferences. Which of these attractions would you like to add to your itineraries for your tours in Ireland? I can see quite a lot of interest in Connemara oysters. I mean, for me too, I can't wait to go there. This has actually inspired me to go there. Cliffs of Moher, of course, without a doubt, is a spectacular viewing experience, must be seen, a must-see experience in the world. Aran Island ferries and Skellig experience too also. And you must come and see the sheepdog experience at Caherconnell, Stonefort and Field School. Yeah, make sure that your customers get to experience the sheepdog experience, okay? All right. And finally, let me get your feedback overall. Does this webinar inspire you to sell Ireland in 2022? Yes, no, maybe. Well, thank you for your support, guys. I can see a lot of interest, a lot of yes on this one. Excellent. It's great stuff. So after this polling, I'm going to then move along to the quiz. I know a lot of you have been waiting for the quiz. And for me, I always enjoy this part as well. So as I was explaining at the beginning, we're going to have 3 quiz questions, 3 prizes, 50 euros in local currency for shopping vouchers in your country. Okay. And as with all our quizzes, I just need you to make sure that you use the chat box and that you put your name, country name, your name, company name, and the city that you're in, and then the answer. And of course, please also make sure that in the people that you reply to everyone. So it shows up as the first person in the show. Bernard, I can see you're very excited, but don't worry, the questions are coming. Okay, so the first question, put your fingers on the buttons, very easy. Okay, ready? At the highest point, how tall are the cliffs of Moher? Go. I'll take it in feet or in meters. So let's have a look. So let me scroll up to see the answer here. So Kathy, I'm going to ask you to help me on this one. Now, I can see the first person who seems to have answered this correctly. By the way, the answer is 702 feet or 214 meters. And the first person to answer that I can see is Kenneth Ong from Lai Paint Travel, Penang, Malaysia. Kathy, is that what you see as well?
Indeed. Congratulations, Kenneth. I have him first here as well.
Brilliant. Congratulations, Kenneth. Well done. By the way, there's only going to be 1 prize per person. I think we have to be fair and give everybody a chance. Okay. All right. So the second question, please. Now, this one, you needed to pay attention to my itinerary a little bit, as well as the presenter as well. So the next question is, at which village will you find Connemara oysters? Go. Oh, I can see some answers that are correct here. Brilliant. Okay. Now, the first person that I can see that seems to have answered correctly, by the way, the correct answer was Letterfrack, okay? And the first person to answer the question I can see here is Cindy from Golden Travel Singapore. Is that what you see, Kathy?
Same. Yes.
Same. Congratulations, Cindy. You have the correct answer. Well done. Okay. And finally, okay, for this question, I'm going to ask you, I need you to be very specific about the answer. Full name of the answer, not just part of the answer. So please name one of the films made at Skellig Michael. Go. So when I say full name, I mean the full name, as in not just Star Wars, but the full name. Well, it looks like everybody's got Star Wars, so I will take Star Wars as the correct answer. And I will scroll up to see who's first answered this one. Oh, look, the first person I see answering this one correctly is May from Inspirator Tangerang. Is that what you see, Kathy?
Yes, correct.
Okay, congratulations, May from Inspirators. Yes, Star Wars, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, those are the films that were filmed at Skellig Island. So that is fantastic. I'm really glad that you all paid attention to this. I'm really looking forward to seeing you all quoting Ireland and making sure Ireland are at all your programs, going out to all your customers in your markets. And of course, I couldn't think of a better place myself. So thank you everybody for coming today. Thank you for Tourism Ireland. Thank you for the presenters, and may everybody have a happy day in Asia and in Europe.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, guys.
On the edge of mystery, we long Focus our eyes on the journey, stepping into the unknown, waving goodbye to our worry, and we're ready to go. We're up, we're not ever slowing down. We're up, we're chasing down the dreams we found, over the rivers and mountains, deep in the heart of the sea. We know adventure is calling, so we run wild and free. Wild and free. Wild and free. Here we go. Dive into the great unknown. Has stories waiting to be told. The earth is bursting with color. Our hearts are open wide. The stars glow in wonder. We are so alive. We're up. We're not ever slowing down. We're up. We're chasing down the dreams we found, over the rivers and mountains, deep in the heart of the sea. We know adventure is calling, so we run wild and free. Wild and free. Focus our eyes on the journey, stepping into the unknown, waving goodbye to our worry, so we run wild.